Doc Loves the Kids, a local Kitsap County nonprofit organization established in 2015 whose mission is to provide activities, programs, and community support for at-risk youth.
They put the U in community.
Doc Loves the Kids.
Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy.
We give you the courtesy of conversation
That's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Don't forget to like, listen, subscribe. Thanks to everybody that views us, everyone that doesn't view us. Don't forget to join us 1 p.m. Pacific time every Sunday as we do a live town hall discussion. We didn't do it last week. That's on me. I had prior engagements. I couldn't be there, and Senior Wesley can't function without me here, as you can see.
We're a team.
Yeah, we're a team.
Absolutely.
Yes, total team. Yeah. So I want to start off today. The world, it's getting closer. We're about less than 2 weeks away from the election.
Yep. About 2 weeks away. Yep.
So bombshell coming in. Trump wanted generals like Hitler and said Nazi leaders did some good things, John Kelly says. Donald Trump's longest serving chief of staff is warning that the Republican presidential nominee meets the definition of a fascist, and that while in office, Trump suggested that Nazi leader Adolf Hitler did good things. The comments from John Kelly, the retired Marine general who worked for Trump in the White House from 2017 to 2019, came in interviews published Tuesday in the New York Times and The Atlantic. They built on past warnings from further top Trump officials as the election enters its final 2 weeks. Kelly has long been critical of Trump and previously accused him of calling veterans killed in combat suckers and losers. His new warning emerged as Trump seeks a second term, vowing to dramatically expand his use of the military at home and suggesting he would use force to go after Americans he considered enemies from within. Now, the whole Hitler stuff, that's not old, or that's not new. That's old. We've known about that. We've known about suckers and losers
for a while.
You know,
he's denied it. He's denied it several different times, several different occasions. He said that he never said that. But John Kelly is a reputable man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He didn't have to come out and say this. I think he's one of his longest serving.
Yeah, because everyone else was leaving or quitting. John Kelly was there for a while.
Yeah.
I remember he commented more than once that he's like, Hitler, he did some good things too. Kelly recalled at the Times. Kelly said he would usually squash the conversation by saying nothing Hitler did you could argue was good, but that Trump would occasionally bring up the topic again. He was on, and he wanted generals. He's like, I wish I had people close to me that were as loyal as Hitler's people.
I mean, it gets to the point to where he's already telling us what he's going. He's telegraphing what he's going to do when he gets in office. He lets you know he's going to fire. In Project 2025, I know we don't like to talk about that, but they're already telling you and showing you exactly what they're going to do. They talked about firing 40,000 people, federal workers, and replacing them with Trump loyalists. What do you think these people are going to do to the system? He's already told you that he's going to get rid of the education department. And anyone who speaks about
slavery or indigenous Native Americans,
the truth about America that I learned in school. I learned about this in school. You know what I mean? Like when it was no problem for them to teach us about slavery when we were all in school. But now for some reason, we don't want to hear about slavery because it makes people feel bad. You don't care when things happen about us, when you make us, how you make us feel, because you call us snowflakes. Oh, get over it. You're a victim mentality. That sounds like victim mentality to me when you say something like that.
When I was in school, them kids was happy about it. As soon as we learned about slavery, they're looking at me smiling.
You know, and
let's watch Roots, kids.
And bigger than that, you don't want to teach them that this was America was founded off stolen land when it was. It was stolen 10 times. It was stolen so bad from these people, from the Native Americans, that they had to sue you to uphold the treaties that they signed with you after you stole their land.
Though, when the first settlers came to America, they died off because they couldn't survive here in America. And the Native Americans showed them what they had to do to survive, and they were like, "Thanks, guys." Nah, rape, disease, and murder.
As soon as their buddies got here, they showed you who they really were.
Christopher Columbus never even landed in America, bro. He killed everybody in the Bahamas.
And that's why we have to call it Indigenous Peoples Day. I mean, there's so many different things that we had to relearn, and now you don't want to teach history. And he said he doesn't want to fund schools that teach true history. It's crazy to me. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, we got to get to a point where we're listening to these people around him who said it. You got guys like Rex Tillerson, who was his former, Secretary of Defense. You know what I mean? This guy was a former oilman. he ends up firing Rex Tillerson because Rex Tillerson called him a dumb son of a, you know what I mean? Like everyone he knows who he's hired has gotten rid of, who has left or gotten fired because he won't do what they want him to do. That's illegal.
Yeah, Rex said him and Trump didn't have common value system. And the thing is, it's not going to change anybody's thoughts about Donald Trump. But at this point, you see all the stuff coming out about him. Look, he was in the Epstein's files. Yep. There's nothing you can say about that. His name's all over it. You thought it was Bill Clinton, lock him up. When it's Trump, you're okay with him sleeping with little kids.
Yeah.
He's compared himself to Hitler. He's called the military suckers and losers. He's tried to overthrow the government. He's done all this stuff. At this point, if that's what you want to support, that's on you. But we ain't got to look at you the same.
Look at what he said about John McCain. I don't like people who get caught. You know what I mean? A guy who served the country. People in the military, it just sickens me too that I know people who are in the military who support him and act like those things he says are just there's some kind of basis to them. But if anyone else says anything about the military, I served. They want to jump on that as quick as they can. But they won't look at these things that are being said. And he came out and said, I don't like people who gotten caught. About John McCain. So you don't think he's going to call somebody else a sucker and loser when he's talking about John McCain, a war hero? You know what I mean? You don't think he's going to do this other stuff? Oh, I don't believe he said this other stuff. But he came out and said this openly to you. He's come out, you know what I mean? So it's crazy to me, man.
Well, the thing is it's bigger than him at that point. Like, they don't care what he says. It's all about what he gets to bring to them.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? He's going to hold up that white supremacy that they're used to. These people are scared because, like I said, you've been able to treat everybody else like crap. You've been able to have the upper hand on everything you've been doing, and you seeing that slipping away, and you see the frailty in it now. Yep. Now they're scared. Now, we can't have this going. So that's what he represents. And these people are willing to throw away the American Constitution for it.
Yep. I mean, and they have no problem with it.
But they're going to find out real quick because if you ain't got money, you don't have a place in his world either.
Absolutely. And more so, if you're a person of color, if you're a black man at that, talking about I support Trump, you don't have a place in his world. I mean, look at how he treated Antonio Brown. Antonio Brown goes in for the hug on him. He sidearms him like, oh no, we're not hugging like that. You know what I mean? Just weird, man. You guys are him, Le'Veon Bell.
Not everybody. Le'Veon Bell's a fool. Look, not
weirdos,
everybody wanted
man.
to go to
Anybody
Harry
supported
Tubman
him, weirdos.
You hear me?
What do you say?
I said not everybody wanted to go to Harry Tubman either.
Not everybody wanted to go.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Master.
I can see why a lot of black folks don't want to vote for Kamala Harris. There's a lot of foundational black Americans, and we're tired of being pushed to the side. We're tired of being ignored. And it's crazy how it's like, I'm going to throw it in there. If a man decides he wants to be a woman bird, we have to respect that and call him by whatever pronouns he wants. But we want to distinguish ourselves from these other people and be known as foundational black Americans that were here before the slave trade. Now it's a problem. So I understand where a lot of black folks are like, look, I'd rather watch this country burn and the rest of you burn than me to continue to burn ourselves.
How? I mean, that I'm going to keep it real. I hear what you're saying. I hear the point. But the separate point to that is, besides Native Americans, this is our country. This is not a lot of other people's country.
Before that.
I know. I understand. I'm just saying. So besides them, there's nobody else who has claim to this country as much as we do. We can't afford to see things burn around us. Why are we? It's like burning down your neighborhood. I don't agree with that either.
Wes, it's already burning around us. It's already is. They haven't decided to let it get better. They only come around and pander to black folks. Think about it. They had a town hall meeting.
Go ahead.
They had a town hall meeting where they were talking to Latino men. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Telling them, oh, you can make more money under us and this and that. And, talking to them like people. They come around us with Meg Thee Stallion and Quavo. Come on now.
That was a campaign. That wasn't okay.
Look, they just had a commercial where the women went up there. They had all the women with the balloons, and the guy goes up there. He's like, "Oh yeah, I'm 6'8". I make $100,000." They're like, "Are you voting this year?" And he's like, "Nah, I don't vote." And they all pop their balloons. That's how you look at us. That's how you get the word out to us. Come on now, ridiculous.
But I think
insulting.
Honestly, when you're looking at younger people, they watch that kind of stuff. Meg Thee Stallion
shook her ass for us on national TV.
What's the difference?
They ignore Ice Cube, but they ignore Ice Cube. You don't want to let Cornel West on the ticket.
I wouldn't let Cornel West on the ticket either. Why would I?
Because he supports reparations.
Hopefully, Kamala Harris supports reparations.
They didn't even offer Cornel West a job in the cabinet.
Because he's not bringing a lot to the table.
But I'm not mad at Cornel West. I like Cornel West up there than a Quavo and a Lil Wayne. Come on now. We ain't all, look, America, we ain't all niggas, all right? Some of us are black people. We have good jobs. We like to golf. I like to make apple pie.
I hear what you're saying, but do you consider like Quavo because he's a rapper or Megan Thee Stallion because she's a rapper? They're entertainers.
Give me one hot verse that Quavo said that made you feel black. Feel proud to be black.
I'm proud to be black when I see Quavo succeed. That makes me proud to be black. To see him be able to take his family and who people around him, his homeboys, to get them out of the neighborhoods and the situations they're in. We're black people. We're treated like we are in this country because we're black.
Quavo and the Migos are popped up is because they perpetrate the worst aspects of our culture.
I don't know, but
for them to grab them, besides everyone else, they could have grabbed anyone else. People actually building the community.
No, I understand that. That's not to say that there's plenty of conscious rappers out there for people to listen to. I don't listen to conscious rap.
I just saw maybe they had comment up there.
I don't listen to conscious rap. I don't listen to that. I don't like that type of stuff. I'm not into that. That's not what I like. But I'm a conscious human being. Yeah. I don't have to like conscious rap.
I need to see people that represent me and not the ones that they want to grab to be. I don't want to see entertainers and sports players.
Do you feel like the people who they do bring up there don't represent us at all? I think those are people who they just bring. Okay, when he brings up Hulk Hogan and whoever else and the people he had come and sing for him at his thing, that's just the same exact thing. All they're doing is that.
But then at the same time,
okay, yeah. But then at the same time, they bring people like Jasmine. What's her name? Jasmine Sullivan.
I'll break the windows at your car, Jasmine Sullivan.
Sorry, I might be the wrong person.
Yeah, that's the wrong person. Anybody care about Jasmine Sullivan right now?
Not the girl. The woman who, the representative for Jasmine Crockett.
Yeah.
Then they bring people like her. They got lots of other black people. Barack Obama. They bring a lot of Michelle Obama. They bring a lot of distinguished.
If they would have brought up Denzel Washington, I feel a little more better.
They bring up a lot of the Central Park Five. They bring up a lot of distinguished black people too. We just don't look at those. We just don't see those because those don't stick out. Those aren't headline grabbing. People don't care about when you bring up a black Cory Booker. No one cares. Is that going to make headline news? No, but Quavo's up there. He's going to make that because people kind of know. I'm not saying he's a big star, but people know who that is.
Everybody know Bad and Bougie.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You say about Bad and Bougie?
Yeah, you said what on Bad and Bougie. R.I.P. Takeoff, man. R.I.P. I'm just saying, bro, the lines are drawn. Ain't nobody switching, but I got to look at people that support Donald Trump. You know what I'm saying? You can't say these are lies. You know what I'm saying?
I look at them different, too.
I mean, even with this article, here, we're going to jump to the next one.
Okay.
Trump reported racist insults about Mexican-American soldier draws bitter backlash and staunch details. Racist comment former Donald Trump is reported to have made about murdered soldier Vanessa Guillén is drawing backlash from some Hispanics, but it could be tempered by her sister's support for Trump and the current political divide among Latinos. The Atlantic magazine reported that Trump, when he was president, complained about the cost of paying for Guillén's funeral, as he had promised her family he would do in a meeting at the White House in July 2020. Citing two unnamed sources who attended December's 2020 meeting, in notes from the meeting, when he was told that the $60,000 price tag, Trump responded, "It doesn't cost $60,000 to bury a fucking Mexican." He told his chief of staff at the time, Mark Meadows, not to pay for it, the magazine reported.
Whoa.
NBC News has not confirmed the Atlantic's reporting. Meadows and Trump's campaign spokesperson Alex Pfeiffer denied he made such a comment, the magazine reported. Guillén's sister, Myra Guillén, who was not at the White House meeting at which Trump is alleged to have made the comments, came to defense on X. "Wow, I don't appreciate how you're exploiting my sister's death for political, hurtful, and disrespectful to the important changes she made for service members. President Donald Trump did nothing but show respect to my family and Vanessa, and in fact, I voted for President Trump today." Guillén's family attorney, Natalie Kwan, told The Atlantic that the bill was sent to Trump, but the family did not receive money from him, and that some costs were covered by the Army, as well as donations.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, well, he said he was going to pay it, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he didn't pay it. So that, I mean, to me, it gives credence to what really happened. I'm not going to say he said this for sure, but do I believe he would say it? Yes. What did he say about that? He can't be my judge. He's a Mexican. You think that Mexicans, they sent us their rapists and murderers, get these immigrant gang members out of our country? You think the blood that has tainted the blood of immigrants, taint the blood of America? Do you not believe? I mean,
he's got, at this point in time, he's going balls to the wall, and these people are just like, yes, we want all that.
You didn't see when the dude, he had like a town hall, and the guy asked him something about education.
Yeah,
and he just went off the rails and started talking about they'll send your son will go to school a man, and then he'll come back a woman. And the people are like, yeah, like Mexicans really, really, really believe that they're a part of a system that everyone looks at you damn near worse than us. Damn near worse than us, but you'll accept that if they'll let you. If they'll just like blacks will too. If they pat you on the head a little bit and act like you're one of them for a minute. If they
say a lot of Hispanic people, they identify as white anyways.
They do, man. It's crazy. Yeah. They really they call themselves Blanco. I'm Blanco. I said, man, you know you're not white, right? You just got your skin's a little bit lighter than the rest of these Mexicans over here, or the rest of these whatever, or I'm at Dominicans or wherever else. I've had people tell me that. I said, you don't see your nose.
Everybody's going to learn fast. You know what I'm saying? They're going to say what they need to say to you to get that vote. But as soon as they get the vote and they start deporting people,
they coming after you. They're gonna pull your car over. They're gonna run in your house and let us see your paperwork. You're gonna definitely be like, oh, you look like, hold on, let me get everyone's papers in here. And you're gonna be like, oh, I couldn't believe it.
They're gonna be like, hey, hey, I voted for Donald Trump.
Gonna say it's crazy.
Poncho. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
just like a black man.
All the people that were close to Donald Trump that are beefing with him are making plans to get out the country. They're like, I am going to be a target. He's going to arrest me, and he will. And I'm going to sit back here and watch it.
Hey, what I have to say, like, to me, I know a lot of black men, right? Not a lot. I won't even say a lot. It's not even true. Because out of the sheer percentage of them, it's probably like 1 in 10. 1 in 10 that I'll see that will support Trump. They'll actually come out.
They ain't got no good reason to support him. I'm like, why are you supporting him?
Slow,
they'll be like, oh, well, we got money during the pandemic. I'm like, bro.
Remember that?
So you think another rolling worldwide disease is just going to come in the first month and give you PPP loans?
He didn't even want to give you that money. If you really look at the facts, the Democrats gave you that money. He stopped the checks from going out when they were supposed to, just so he could put his name on them and prolonged it by another week for you to got your money. This is when nobody was eating, when everything was closed down. On top of that, they had to pressure him to do that. On top of that, then they had to push to make sure everyone got $600 more on top of their unemployment checks, just so that states like Arizona, who only get, I think it's $250 a week or something like that. That's the max. Doesn't matter what you do. They only get $250 a week. So they can have an extra $600 in their pocket. That was Democrats. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy that we sit here and we act like Democrats don't do anything. What have they done for us? Okay. When I say
the Republicans at bay from taking all your money.
Individually, as black people, there's a number of things we can name. But you say, that's for everybody. Well, damn, it's for everybody. But if we want something done for us, we need to come together as a collective and have a plan of what we want.
Or
we have
you can
no
wait till
plan.
right now, and threaten to take. That's why she made that plan, because black folks was threatening. That's why they pandered to you fools. You don't understand it. Your vote is what sways the election. But black people have been saving America since the Civil War.
But my thing is like this. I don't want you to pander to me. I want you to bend to what I need you to do. This is what I want. Well, you pandering to me is not.
We got less than 2 weeks, bro. And we gonna record it live, because there's gonna be violence. There's gonna be shootings.
Everyone there keeps saying, oh, they're gonna steal it. They're trying to steal it. I said, you know what the funny part is, man? I had a friend of mine say, he always says that they're trying to steal the election because they're trying to do this. I said, man, you notice I never say that. You notice I never sit around and talk about who's about trying to steal the election. Because when Donald Trump won in 2016, I went on my page when Hillary was down, she was getting the beat out of her. I was like, man, she needs to go ahead and concede. I said that on my page.
And sir, the Democrats complained for 2 years about that election being stolen.
I won't say this is what
I cried.
I will not say stolen. I will say interference, and there was collusion, and I believe there was.
Yeah,
I believe 110% that Donald Trump is in collusion with
what
Putin.
Russia did.
110%.
They made fake articles. They had fake people online roasting you up and making people mad and creating disparities.
He also there's a meeting that they had with Kushner, his son Eric Trump, or whatever, you know what I mean, and all them. They had a meeting with these Russians about getting information on Hillary Clinton. I'm not saying Hillary Clinton didn't do the same thing with the dossier and all that kind of stuff that they came up with. I'm just saying, like you're showing. A lot of people online got duped by fake accounts that were claiming that were Russian accounts. And I'm not even. You know what?
Felt stupid, and instead of being like, "Dang, we got duped," they had a whole bunch of court hearings and all this stuff. He couldn't really. Hey, I'm gonna give him that. He couldn't be president for the first year because they was on him so much. He was in court so much.
He wasn't in court.
Well, they was back and forth.
They was giving hearings. Yeah. He didn't have to go do anything with the hearings. The hearings just happened. He could have governed. You still govern. Doesn't matter. You think they didn't try to impeach Obama? You think they ain't try to go after a bunch of Biden's people? They do it all the time. You still govern. You deal with you have the Senate and you have the House. You got the ability to govern and make law. Get it done.
Yeah.
What did Joe Biden do when he had the House and he had 50-50 in the Senate, but that one tie-breaking vote was Kamala Harris? Sometimes he can have that, they didn't need a supermajority. He went and made shit happen. That's what you do when you're president. Quit making excuses and make it happen. That's what leaders do.
Yeah. All right, man, I want to get to the next one really quick. This one kind of bothered me a little bit, and I just want to show everybody what's going to happen in America pretty soon. Mm-hmm. So Texas County reverses classification of indigenous history book as fiction. A Texas County reverses decision to place colonization and the Winnebago hope I said that, Story, a children's history book about the Native American experience in the fiction category at a local library. The decision drew the ire of the world's largest publisher, literary freedom groups, and many community members. The Texas community of Montgomery County, near Houston, reclassified the book after creating a citizen review community, making the community's meeting secret, removing librarians from deliberation, change driven by a conservative Christian group. The recent decision by commissioner-appointed committee members have outraged not just our community, but the country as a whole, said Teresa Keeney, a Montgomery County resident and founder of the Village Bookstore, a recent meeting of the county leaders. Nowhere in the approved policy is under the committee's purview to determine whose history is fact or fiction, she added. Texas is the second nation in banning books with more than 150,000 titles removed from 2021 to 2023, according to the PEN America, a literary freedom nonprofit. Only Florida has banned more than 5,100 titles removed. I bring that up because it's their natural history. This group formed their group, made a secret meeting, and said, nope, your history isn't real anymore.
You know what that is, though? That's his education plan right there, to get rid of the education department. Once he does that, then each state, he wants to do the same thing that happened with abortion. It goes back to the state. So now every state gets to pretty much make up their own truths about what gets talked about in school as historical facts versus what's a fiction. So basically it's fiction that Native Americans were on this land and then Europeans came here, slaughtered them, killed them, took their land, stole their land, made treaties with them, then broke the treaties once they got themselves in strong enough numbers to take the land from them fully. You know what I mean? That's all fake. It's fake that there was a African slave trade here. This is all fake. In certain states, this stuff's going to be fake. It's going to be seen as fictional. So this is what
fiction. They're saying, it's not real. It's not a real story.
Let's be real, man. This is where America's going. It's going to the point to where when you look at the people who are okay with this stuff and voting for this stuff, whenever you talk to them, just pay attention to this. They always have something. You're a dumb SOB, or you're this, or you're that. They got some kind of name that they're calling. It's like a childish thing because
them. They're proud of it and they don't feel like they have to defend it because there's nothing you can do about it. Yes, the country was stolen. Yes, people were driven into slaves. Yes, we have to live. We have to do
there's very much stuff that's happening
pagan holidays, right? But they need to be like, do something about it. But this is ridiculous. This is Native Heritage. They made up a whole committee and erased these people. They're erasing their history right before your eyes. And this is what you want. If this is what you want, that's cool. But this is why families are separated. This is why marriages have broken up. This is why children don't speak to their parents anymore. Because you want to do this BS because you're such acting like little bitches that you'd rather erase some shit that's going to make your grandchildren uncomfortable than to face the truth. You're supposed to see the history, learn from it, and carry on.
Who's to say it will make them uncomfortable? Because, at the end of the day, will it make them uncomfortable? Will it tell them the truth about what's going on here so we don't have to repeat those things? Because, honestly, it's getting to a point in time where this whole thing, this whole experiment, this whole rule that you guys have is done and over with. I know that. That's why I post certain things on my page to show people that I see it. I already know it's over with. You guys know it's over. They're just pretty much trying to make it as they're trying to prolong the inevitable. And when you do something like that, you become Motorola. And I don't want this country to become Motorola because I have investments here. We're trying to build things here. You know what I mean? We got a great show we're doing right here. I would hate to see this country go that way because we don't have to. But if you guys keep on clinging on to power, that's what you're doing. You're clinging on to power. You're trying to put yourself in a situation so he can appoint more justices. That's what he's trying to do.
And it says one of the leading voices for challenging books, a mother named Michelle Nicholas, who homeschools her children, told Commissioner at the meeting recent changes were a success.
Hey, this is what we're talking about.
That's what they started doing. I'm homeschooling my kids. Why are they going to learn this history in school?
When we talk to each other about this, and when you say certain things like "let it burn," that's what this means.
Yeah.
This kind of, but something we get like right now we're 6'3" in the Supreme Court right now. That's the Supreme Court of the land who makes the final decision. If Trump were to get in office, he fire 40,000 people, they all go file a lawsuit against him. It's going to go up to the Supreme Court. What do you think they're going to say? He's 6'3". What do you think we're going to get there when he breaks up the Department of Education? And now this is in every single state. We cannot let it get to this point, man.
Oklahoma's already forcing the kids to read the 10 Commandments.
You know what I mean? We see what's happening everywhere. We talk about it all. It's all been talked about. We can't afford to let it go back that far.
And crying and screaming about it online is not going to do nothing.
Get your pitchforks. Yep.
It's time to get wild and crazy.
And go vote.
Speaking of wild and crazy, Rudy Giuliani ordered to hand over penthouse to defamed Georgia election workers. Rudy Giuliani, ex-lawyer to former President Trump, was ordered by a federal judge Tuesday to hand over personal property, including a Manhattan penthouse, to 2 Georgia election workers he defamed. The former New York City mayor, who had been hit with a slew of legal and disciplinary actions related to his role in the alleged scheme to undermine the results of the 2020 presidential election, was ordered last year to pay $148 million in damages to Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss. The 2 Fulton County, Georgia election workers, who are mother and daughter, have been seeking their defamation judgment for months. Judge Lewis Lehman, the federal court in Manhattan, said in order that Giuliani must turn over assets, including cash accounts, jewelry, valuables, and legal claims for unpaid attorney fees within 7 days to receivership to the women who will control. Giuliani is recorded to transfer his interest in his Madison Avenue co-op apartment to the women so the women can sell it. They will also be allowed to pursue $2 million in legal fees that Giuliani has said that the Trump campaign owes him, the judge ruled. The judge didn't make a decision yet on whether Giuliani would be allowed to keep a Palm Beach, Florida condominium and World Series ring that his son claims his father gave him. Now, these women, he's saying these women were helping steal the election.
Yep.
They had to flee their homes.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because they feared for their safety.
Her mom had been doing, had been one of the pollsters, I guess you want to call it. She'd been doing that for years. I mean, probably some decades. Her mom had. This was a mother and daughter that this happened to, and with no problems ever. And then all of a sudden, Trump tries to actually Giuliani points them out and says, "Look, this woman's stealing ballots. She's hiding, buckets or whatever, tote bins full of votes." And this isn't true. So now you got people, his crazies, who really believe that people are stealing elections when you don't have to. Democrats, we always have the majority. All the time. This isn't the first time that Georgia's been flipped. That wouldn't be the first time. Georgia was already turning purple.
They be
you
like,
guys
look at
know
all
it.
this red on the map. I'm like, yeah, that's a county with like 200 people.
I mean, most of America is uninhabited. Where the places where they can show you where the people are. You guys want to talk? I mean, California has a bigger GDP than most of the whole entire United States put together. Most of it, large portions of it, more than Texas. You guys can probably grab Texas and Florida, and it's probably still beat both of them too put together. So let's just be real. Like, it's not like even the larger cities in like Houston, that's a Democratic city. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the 3rd largest city in the United States. I mean, let's be real here. So we got to stop. Like, the whole point of this is with Giuliani, man, it's good that they're taking his stuff from him. He needs to, because he pretty much should be going to prison for some of the other things too. Yeah. They got him on some of those.
He's already been disbarred.
I mean,
and he's like,
all
hey,
this from working
he's
with
like,
this guy.
Donald Trump, help me, save me. Look, you saw in the article, the Trump campaign didn't pay his legal fees.
$2 million.
They're not paying anyone's legal fees. They don't pay the people where they go have their rallies. He doesn't pay nobody. He didn't even pay the McDonald's.
I mean, you know how many he's already said. I mean, how many workers of his, former workers, had that filed lawsuit against. It's just crazy, man.
That's not even greedy, bro. That just shows you a broke individual. How you ain't got money to pay all these people?
It ain't. It's bigger than that. Even it's just that I don't think it's even that he don't have the money. I think he just don't care to pay. He understands that you can just sue me. We'll figure it out from there, because when you sue me now, I'm going to settle with you for less money than what I would have owed you before if I do have to pay you.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, so instead of me have to say I owe you $1 million, let me get you to $300,000. I'll give you $300,000 right now. I just beat you out of $700,000. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We'll settle out of court. You want to go to court?
He's a cold shyster, man. And
I mean,
like, when he gets done burning this country down, and as I watch it from Canada, it's going to be some wild times.
We can't go to Canada. We got stuff to do, man. We got stuff going on, man.
Oh, we going to Zoom.
Crazy.
we can't do stuff, bro. Look, they've already threatened the news organizations. When he gets in there, he's going to be the king. Yeah. There's nothing else we can do. We better be, hey, welcome to Tolamanda. Better get somewhere. Think about it, because they're going to start deporting everybody anyways. And if they can't deport you, they're going to put you in slavery.
I know you had another one, too.
Yeah, I got another one, man. It's in this dash cam video just came out. I'm not going to show you the video, because okay. Cop tases San Francisco man as he struggled in water, video shows, and he's still in a coma. A San Francisco man remains comatose 6 months later after East Bay police repeatedly used a taser on him as he stumbled into cold salt water, according to a federal rights lawsuit filed Tuesday. Officers from the East Bay Regional Park District watched for more than 30 minutes as Deontay Faison, 35, struggled in the water at Oakland's Martin Luther King Jr. Regional Shoreline following an April 5th confrontation. The lawsuit filed in U.S. District Court for Northern District of California claims. The violent encounter, which can be seen in part of the body camera footage released by Faison's attorney, began when a park police officer approached Faison and a friend who were having a picnic. The officer accused Faison of driving a vehicle with expired tags, the lawsuit says. The body camera footage shows an officer pointing a handgun and screaming at Faison to get out of the pickup truck and sit on the bumper. Attorney said Faison, who was black, became nervous when the officer treated him differently from his white friend and provided an alias when questioned about the truck. When additional officers arrived, Faison fled towards the estuary. Estuary. The original officer, identified as Jonathan Keene, in documents, shot him in the back with a taser and continued deploying it after Faison plunged into the water, the lawsuit said. The officer deliberately indifference to Deontay's life is appalling, said civil rights attorney Adante Pointer. They stood there for over half an hour watching him struggle for his life. Officers did not call emergency medical services until after pulling the unconscious Faison from the water, according to legal filings. Alameda County Sheriff's deputies also stood by while Faison's life was on the line, the suit claims. Faison, a father of two, has remained unresponsive at an Alameda hospital since the incident.
Yeah, man. You know he has brain damage, probably more than likely.
Hold on. And the lawsuit also accuses officers of attempting to conceal evidence by turning off body camera audio, disposing of taser components and Faison's clothing, and filing allegedly fraudulent reports claiming they believe he was armed.
Wow.
And we have the footage. I don't want to show it.
We should.
Okay, hold on. Let's let people see it.
Sir, stay out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car now! Get out of the car! Don't reach in the car! Get out right here! Get down on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get down on the ground! Get down!
Attorneys say this man, 35-year-old Deontay Faison, now in a coma after an East Bay Park District police officer tased him and left him struggling in the water. Attorneys shared edited body camera video of the incident along with their account of what happened. The images are difficult to watch. Attorneys say Faison and a friend were having a picnic in Oakland when an officer accused them of having expired tags on their van and ordered them to sit on the bumper. According to their federal civil rights lawsuit, Faison got nervous when the officer pointed his service weapon. He started running toward the estuary. Then the officer chased him and shot him with his taser. Faison first collapsed, then stumbled into the water. They say the officer continued tasing him, and according to the lawsuit, Faison struggled in the water for more than 30 minutes. Attorneys say officers eventually pulled the man out of the water but did not give life-saving aid. He was then brought to the hospital. For its part, the Park District says it does not comment on pending litigation.
Deontay Faison has been hospitalized with severe brain damage since April 5th, when earlier this year, the 35-year-old father was tasered multiple times by an East Bay Regional Park District police officer.
And as you see, you can see as when they approached the car, he was standing outside of it. This is all over expired tabs.
You know what
Expired
I mean?
tabs.
And they're saying that he ran. I mean, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I don't know how many of y'all have been in situations where you've had someone point a gun at you and they're yelling and screaming at you, and you know so many people who've gotten killed. These people, I mean, they've murdered people. You think, I'm just going to comply. What are you complying with? This is fear at this point in time. So I'm thinking you could just shoot me and it doesn't matter what I say. It doesn't matter what happens after that. You've already killed me. This is what happens, man. We have no trust for police officers. I don't. I have no trust for police officers at all because I've seen what they do. They could play any game they want to, but the faces that I see and the eyes that I look into, I know who they are. I know what they really think. I've seen it happen firsthand, man. So for this young kid, man, you think he wasn't scared? Yeah, you made him scared by the way you're yelling and screaming.
Wasn't even in the car yet. You're doing this. You're screaming at him over expired tabs. That's a ticket. That's a ticket.
Oh, I thought he had a gun. You don't think nobody else got a gun. Every time you see a person who look like you don't have that same exact energy for them at all. Or they got a gun. Every time you see a person with any kind of color, they got a gun. They got something. They're doing something bad. This is how I see them. This is what I thought was going to happen. I'm sick and tired of it. You got a lady who you came in her house, told her to turn off her water. Then all of a sudden she goes to do it, and you point a gun at her
And shoot her.
Crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like, it's getting to the point. It's been past the point.
And
Been
look,
past
hey,
the point.
go ahead, black folks. Vote for Donald Trump so he can have immunity. You know, the cops can have immunity. That's exactly what you want.
Exactly what you're voting for. They know it. Half of them, I don't. This to me, it's just
That's
crazy.
why I want to start. I'm about to start taking names. I'm gonna start writing these names down online. And as soon as I see, you know what I'm saying, hey, this is what you wanted, I'm tagging all of you.
And
we're not going to sit here like all the people that were saying with Bernie Sanders, hey, feel the burn, ha, 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 ha. Nah, bro, we're not doing that.
It needs to be talked about like that with those people, man. Like I want to remember every single one of you, not because I want anything to happen to you, but I want to remember that this is who you was. You was Toby. Be Toby. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to remember you as forever. You know what I mean? There's a lot of y'all who that's how I look at you at. Like, yeah, if you don't want to look into, it's right there in your face, man. It's right there in your face. You can just look it up. They're like, what if Trump's ever done this racist?
But what are you talking about?
Listen, I don't even have to call him that. I look at exactly his actions show me who he is to when it comes to people who look like me. Period. It ain't about, he just care about the money. Man, he don't care about the money. He care about keeping the people in power that look like him so he can continue to get the money. That's how you get the money. It's by having the people in power who look like you so that there's no door openings for us. They don't want that. Trust me. They don't want
people
that.
Suffer. That's about it. That's about it, man. So you want to do that last one?
No.
All right. Yeah, we'll leave it at that, man. We're going to keep you updated. Don't forget to catch us at 1 p.m. Make sure you have your webcams ready. We would like to invite you into the discussion, 1 p.m. Pacific time, every Sunday. Uncommon courtesy, man. We're going to see y'all then. We're going to see you next time.
Peace.